What's up, guys? This is Jesse with the City Magazine. We're here filming another episode of Chop It Like It's Hot. I'm here with Mauricio.
How's it going, guys?
He's one of our senior execs at the magazine. And today we're going to be making steamed mussels with cannellini beans and a pear cider broth. If you've never made mussels, they're relatively cheap and you can feed 2 people with them for under 10 bucks. So let's make it happen. So first things first, we're going to go over our ingredients list. Star of the show is definitely going to be the mussels. I don't know if y'all have ever bought any before, but for around $6-7 you can get a pound. It's going to feed 2 people. You ever cook with mussels?
No. I do know that some of them are open or closed. How do you know which ones to use?
When you buy them, make sure you can try to get the ones that are all closed. Ask your local fishmonger to sort through them for you. You bring some home, one might make it through. Make sure that they are closed. If you have one that's open, that means it's dead. You can always grab one, give it a little flick. If it closes on its own, you're good to go. Other than that, we are going to use, the foundation of all this is going to be bacon. So we're going to cook this off. We're going to get some of that fat rendered and we're going to save it. It's kind of going to be the building blocks of what's going to make this amazing. All right, guys, so step 1, we need to cook off some bacon so we can reserve that bacon fat. It's going to be the foundation for the whole dish. Rule about bacon, don't add bacon to a hot pan. It shrivels up and that's lame. We don't want that. So you want to go ahead and get your heat going on a medium high.
All right.
And then go ahead and put your bacon in.
All right. I can do that. Now, how long does bacon usually take to cook? Like perfect bacon?
Perfect is subjective. So we're just gonna let this come up to temp, and we're gonna cook it off and then save some of that fat. Okay, so this is gonna be our step 2. Step 1 was put the bacon in the pan, so as that's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and cut some of our herbs. We're also gonna get our topping ready. It's gonna be really fresh. It's gonna have some fresh parsley in it and also some shallots. So let's go ahead and get that going. So the cut we're gonna do here is called a chiffonade. So basically, it's basic thing to do with all herbs. You're just gonna get yourself a nice little pile of them. You're gonna roll them up as best as you can. And then just work your knife through them. Make sure you curl your fingers when you cut. The last thing you wanna see is a ruined dish with a fingertip. And that's gonna go into our bowl that we're gonna mix with everything else for our topping. So now that we have our parsley cut and our bacon is cooking, this is actually gonna be the topping for our mussels when we're done. As soon as that bacon's done, we're gonna make sure that we drain it and we cool it, and then we're gonna add some raw shallot to it. So first things first, you ever worked with shallot?
No.
It's got a really good flavor. It's gonna give you kind of the bite of garlic and a lot of that kind of tangy from onion, and just, it's a beautiful thing to have in a dish. So
How thick are we cutting it?
We're gonna do a julienne cut. So basically we're gonna take off the ends. And I just kind of want to work my way through it.
Now you eat that raw?
You can do it raw or cooked, but for this purpose, I want it raw because it's really going to give nice flavor to it.
All right.
So from here, you can kind of just break it up with your fingers and add it straight to our parsley. Okay, now we have 2/3 of our topping done here. We're just waiting for that bacon. We're gonna make sure it's drained and cooled off. Next, we're gonna work on some veggies and herbs that we're actually gonna throw into the mussels while we cook them. That way, kind of just brings that freshness to it because it's gonna be a lot of heavy flavors. Garlic, you ever cut it before?
Yes.
All right, I need you. So we're gonna go ahead and get that on a flat surface and smash it.
Let me see if I remember how to do this.
There you go.
You peel this off, right?
Get that skin off, yep.
And then just toss that down. Do I have to cut the little edges, right?
Of course. Make sure you curl your fingers, man.
I have to curl my fingers because my partner here says if he sees blood, we're gonna have some serious trouble. So I never curl my fingers, ever. So as you can see, I'm not as smooth as my friend over here. And
that should be good.
Right?
Perfect.
How does that look?
It looks beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, so now put your garlic in your bowl here.
Okay.
We got 2 more cloves to go.
Yeah, I'll let you do those.
Okay, I got you. All right, guys, after you have your garlic cut, we're gonna go ahead and add green onion to the mix. That's what's gonna go into our mussels, and it's gonna be awesome. Wanna go ahead and get this one for me?
Yeah, which end do you start with? Or do you cut?
Usually, you wanna get off of the ends here. And I want an oblong cut, so I'm kind of expecting something like this.
Oh my goodness. All right, I think I got it.
So, that one's
try
for you.
it. Can I use this one as a reference?
Sure, by all means.
All right, so tuck my fingers
cut
there.
the end off real quick.
This end. From where to where? Here?
Yeah, perfect.
Throw this out?
Yeah.
All right, and then do oblong cuts. See this
You
one?
don't have to do it fast, you just gotta do it right. Be careful to get it in.
This one's good because I can just keep my hand far away. It's a lot easier than the garlic. See? Almost done, almost done.
Alright, perfect.
How's that look?
Beautiful.
All right.
Right in here.
Alright guys, so we're gonna be taking the bacon out. It's nice and crispy, both sides. Make sure you move the plate towards this so you're not dragging grease everywhere. And then just get a nice little paper towel so you can drain some of that stuff. And look at that, looking delicious.
Alright, now that our bacon is done, it's been taken out, it's drained. We're gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of butter to our pan with 1 tablespoon of reserved bacon fat. And once that starts to foam, after that we're gonna go ahead and add our garlic and our onion. Okay, now that the butter is melted and it's getting foamy, that means it's hot enough and it's ready to go. We're gonna add our garlic and our onion in here. So we're gonna let that caramelize. And as that starts to cook, we're gonna go ahead and clean up the mussels and get them ready to throw into the pan as well. Okay, so now that you have your garlic caramelized, your mussels are cleaned up, we're gonna bump that heat to high, about a medium high, and then we're gonna add our mussels in. We're gonna cook them for 1 minute. We're gonna bang them around a little bit and shake it, start getting them open up and release some of those juices, and that's kind of what's gonna be a big flavor component in this, so we can't mess it up. Ready? So we're gonna cook them primarily for about a minute on high heat. We're gonna turn that heat down, cover it. We're gonna cook them for about another minute or two, stirring occasionally until everything's brought up and all of them are open. So. Okay, now that our mussels are done, we're gonna go ahead and finish up the topping. We just gotta crumble up that bacon. We're gonna mix it with our parsley and shallot, and we'll plate everything up and it'll be ready to go.
All right, man. I'm hungry.
Let me see it.
Let's get this going.
Stir it up. Yeah.
All right, guys, all that's left is to plate it. Just make sure it looks good. Get a nice little piece of bread to go with it. And you're set. Chop it like it's hot.
Chop it like it's hot.